All right, guys. Last time we left off at when we got to 9 dan, 5 dan. We won 18 games at 3 dan. Now we are at 5 dan. We have to win all 20 games at 5 dan. So,
Start to play.
and it's not an 18-0 kind of a thing. It's a 20-0 kind of a thing. So it's gonna be we're gonna run into a lot of people who don't want to play with us, so on and so forth. That's okay.
Start to play.
Okay. Found some takers. Road to 9 dan. Let's go. You make it sound so exciting. You make it sound so
Welcome
exciting.
to the street, where our passions roll and communities get hyped. We don't just create, we create a scene.
Popcorn
Because when we
soft.
go live, it matters. It defines culture.
You guys make it sound so
Full of
exciting.
popularity. We
Road
demand
to 9 dan. But in reality, these are just be prepared for some stomping games. Um, I estimate that we have a 70-75% chance of making it straight to 7 dan without losing a game. So so let's see. No, no Zichun Pub. Nope. Nope. I'm not eating it either, Zichun Pub. I'm not eating either. Mm. Alright, so be ready for some fast paced games. So this is session 2. Ideally, we would make it to 7 dan, um, without dropping a game. Um, but that's ideal. If we have to cut it short, you know, before reaching, stop before reaching 3 dan, before reaching 7 dan, we may, uh, we may have to, we may have to. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy. Let's see. That's a nice move. Okay. With these 5 dans, the strategy is very similar to the 3 dans, except we take slightly more time when we play. Um, with 5 dans, they're much stronger than 3 dans, and with 3 dans, we basically just auto clicked, assumed that we would win every fight. With 5 dans, it's basically the same. Assume that we can win every fight, except um, we have to make sure that we are winning every fight. So it's not just click, 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 and assume that, and then take the wins. It's click, 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 and then if it doesn't feel right, then we have to stop and think. That's a primary difference. Stop and think. Stopping and thinking. The primary difference is gonna face the first test. Does he connect here or not? And the reading is cut, extend, Atari extend, Atari extend. He fixes. He did need to fix, so good for him. Good for him. Also, unfortunately for us, though, this means that it's not gonna be that quick of a victory as we would have liked to see. It's okay. And that's alright. Oh, counterattacks. I should eat my food before it gets cold. First, it's the sweet potato fries, and then it's the bread from Costco. Hey, Atari. Their net didn't work, but I guess they're just looking for the Aji. Still grinding up to 9 done. Wow. Still is a strong word. We have only spent about, let's say, 3 hours on this. The rest of the time we were playing it regularly on the regular account. So, anyways, that's okay. Will you use this content for YouTube? Yes, exactly. That's the idea. We already got the first episode onto our YouTube already. This is gonna go on. This is gonna be. This is going to be the second episode. Uh oh, he's failing the test. That's gonna be game one. Maybe give it a bit of bat sauce with some commentary. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We'll be walking through these games. We'll be explaining what's going on and everything. So, unfortunately, these 4 stones have died. Push doesn't work. Um, and with that, it means our weakest groups, this one, and this one, are all connected. We're also cutting off the 3 right here. And the next move is extending here and capturing the left hand side. May not look so clear, may not look like a clear capture right now, but later you'll see. The move is extend, block here in Sente, and then play this knight's move. I'm gonna be uploading the entire thing. We could do some single game commentaries on YouTube. I've been thinking about that. Yeah, like single game commentaries, those that are like half an hour long, something like that. Yeah, that's more for like when we play on our 9-dan regular accounts. Would be like commentating and playing at the same time. That would be nice. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Mmm. Mmm. Crunchy. Mm. So we're winning these fights. Ah, he escaped, but it seems like he's still here. So I don't know what he's doing. That would be a terrible waste of the 3 minutes. Waste of 3 minutes. He should have rage quit and then resigned, but then he just rage quit. I am failing at 5 dan, so I'm curious what I can take away from these games to learn and beat these 5 dans. The important thing is you can beat anybody basically. You can win your games in 2 ways. You can outvalue the opponent by taking more stuff, or you can fight your opponent, which is a preferred method. Outfight your opponent in this kind of fighting. However, the two approaches intersect very, very well, and you can usually when you outvalue fight your opponent, you also out reading fight the opponent. So pay a little more attention to getting value for your moves, or doing enough for your moves, or doing enough with your moves, and you'll soon be overtaking these 5 dans. As you guys can see, in the early game, most of the moves are all Joseki, so 5 dans already know most of these Josekis, and it's not likely that we would outcompete them heavily in the Joseki stages. So save it for the middle game. Save your winnings for the middle game. Okay, 8 more seconds.
Insurance advertising? Mascots. You dig?
I believe great insurance speaks for itself. For over 100 years, we focused on one thing
Okay.
and one thing only: our customers' claims.
Start to play.
Pull all the pieces together and bring your ideas to life. Level up your app game and improve your.
All right. On to game 2. So basically, 5 dan is the rank where most Yosekis are known, and then the people here, they don't mess up, Yosekis. But when it comes to the middle of the game, when the game goes into the middle game, people tend to forget the principles behind the Josekis, and then they start having some trouble. So this is a relatively complicated fight. We're gonna play the safer fight here. Maybe they're just memorizing, so they often miss the follow-ups. Of course, I have this problem too. Yeah, that's right. But the most important thing with learning about Josekis or opening game patterns or regular patterns, any regular pattern, is you want to learn the principles behind the patterns, not necessarily the moves themselves. So, um, okay. So you want to learn the like why, like the why something happens is much more important than how something happens. Um, and the key is when you get into the middle game, you take the same ideas and and then you apply it. So, like here, for example, yeah, what we need is like one or two more liberties. So we're gonna get it by playing here. M1 Ko, yeah. I think we can do better than Ko. So we played the outside for one extra liberty, so black can't play here and keep us in at two liberties. Anyways, we've captured the top. Black's corner is now white's corner, and the game is basically over. So five dance, it's people may, players around here have generally um, learned Josekis and basic fighting shapes. Um, where these players may lack is a little more depth or deep reading. Um, they may and they tend to go for their opponent's weaknesses much more than defend their own weaknesses, especially online on Fox. People tend to be overly aggressive at this level. Very rarely do you see someone who is a 5'9" who is you know not better off defending his own shapes a little bit more. Your volume fluctuates a lot. Yeah. Mostly because I'm eating and I'm very far away from the microphone, which is right next to the camera. Anyway, just gonna give um, blob the blob treatment. basically every time there is a blob, we can try to make the blob bigger. Do you remember well, the last time we did this and timed ourselves? I don't remember exactly, but it was likely more than 12 hours. The ideal scenario is about 12 hours if we don't lose any games. If we do, probably lose a game at 7 then that's about 12 hours to 8 then, and then another 20 games or 15 games to 9 then, which would be another 5 to 6 hours. So some fastest is maybe 12 hours. Um, regularly, normally, probably between 12 and 15, between 15 and 20 hours. If we got lucky last time, um, which we very well may have got lucky last time, then yeah. Yeah. What kind of record? Yeah. Yeah. With our, we're gonna be dozens and dozens of games and zero, and something and zero. For example, now we're 19 and zero. With this, it's very tempting for someone to boot up an AI and then beat us. Sometimes they even, yes, that's true. Sometimes the opponent thinks that we are running an AI because we're something and zero, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna run my AI too. Yep, definitely a problem. And the other weakness, the other weakness of these 5 dans is that when it comes to the reading and fighting, they often mess it up. Like here, for example, I'm sure Black could have gotten a much better result than a Ko. And it's a one-step Ko too, or two-step Ko. Okay, no Ko threats. These died and these died. So that's the end of this game.
Start to play.
Typical. This is the famous complex Joseki that even AIs have trouble with. I'm also not familiar myself. Hmm. Hmm. This guy may know his Josekis. But then again, maybe he does it, I don't know. This is still complicated. White playing this move and then extending here. And then extending here. Still complicated. If some kind of ko happens here, we are not good. But the way he did this move, it's gonna be the end of him. Well, the end of his position in this Joseki. This is gonna be a ladder, and this is gonna be a hane. And this one is gonna be we don't even know. We don't even know what to capture now. We decided to go for the other ladder, and so that's what we'd like to see.
Start to play.
Quick game, quick and fast, fast and quick, quick and fast, fast and quick. So today we are 30 minutes in, and 30 minutes in and 3-0. So if we keep up this pace, we would win 20 games in 3 hours and 20 minutes, 200 minutes, which is very good. 5 dan is my level. Glad to see how you'd crush me. Oh. Don't worry. 5 dan is the gateway, or the first rank, with which the Go players basically know what they're doing or do something good. It's the first rank of the so-called high ranks. So if you're 5 dan, you're like one of the good Go players. On Fox, that is, anyway. So 5 dan is about 1 or 2 dan. In 5 dan is like 2 dan EGF, for example, or 3 dan AGA, for example. So once you reach 5 dan, you can legitimately claim that you are a strong Go player. So, my rank is 5 dan too on KGS 2 to 3D. Yep, that's about right. So all you 9 dans in chat, sorry, all you 5 dans in chat, You guys are strong Go players. Alright, this guy has played very well in this fight so far. We're in some trouble, but don't worry. I heard bots aren't really a problem until 7 dan, correct? Yeah, that's correct. Generally, people at 5 dan don't use bots. Also, generally, people at 7 dan don't use bots either. So, um, all right, we have mostly recovered. Mostly recovered. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mostly recovered is still not fully recovered. Alright, that causes the recovery. So even though we lost these stones, we stabilized the overall game. So we're gonna for sure win the game now. Even though we may not have a lead at this point. Um, in fact, we may be behind at this point, but because we stabilized the game, I'm sure we're gonna win now. In Russia, we only have about 100 active players stronger than my level. Uh, and 2 to 3 pro. Yeah, yeah. Well, Russia is one of the strongest Go playing nations outside of. We should have hunted here. Outside of China, Korea, and Japan. And I suppose you can add the United States to that list. Um, yeah, yeah. Russia's Russia's probably the strongest Go playing nation outside of China, Korea, Japan, um, maybe the United States. Russia has a handicap of being an Asian country, so yeah, 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 yeah. Russia is generally considered an European country, but nowadays it's more and more considered an Asian country. Okay, which is good for Asia. All right, all right. Okay. And here you guys will see some of the what we talked about with the efficiency of play come into play. So even though black may have had a good, may have had a lead after capturing the top, after black plays moves like this one, you know, like a defensive move here, black is gonna just start the tip of um, So it's like a race where he may have been in front of us, and now we're gonna start catching up, and then soon we're overtaking black, and then we're like leaving black in the dust. So
Down the road.
I think in the US the strong players are of Asian origin. Yes, that's correct. That is very correct. It nags the AGA to because the Europeans are mostly native Europeans, right? Um, the EGF pros, for example, are mostly Europeans um, in terms of ancestry, and it nags the AGA to find native, non-immigrant pros of their own. All right. So here's what you'll see. So we're taking a lot of territory. Black is going to be taking a little bit of territory, and a few moves after that, we're going to start winning the game. And it is what you see. We are already, I'm sure we're already way ahead in the game. Let's do an estimate. 10, 20, 30, 40. Black has less than 50. And we have 10, 20, 30, 40 plus this. So 40 plus this, which is maybe we have 70. So we're winning by 25 plus. So we're gonna play it very, very safe. Gonna start defending territory now, basically. And here is where the five dance. Another issue with Fox five dance is generally five dance don't know very precisely who's winning or who's winning, and it's not a problem of knowing who's ahead or not. That doesn't matter very much. What matters is how why is it important to know who's winning at any time? It's not that you play differently when you're ahead or behind. It's that if you know who's winning, you know what's big and what's big, and you know how, like if you think I play here and then I'm winning, it means you know that this part of the board is very, very big and you're gonna fight for it. And so that's a major problem of five dance at this level. Generally, generally the five dance don't really know who's winning, which is not a problem by itself. It's a problem when they say they don't know. It's a problem when not knowing who's winning leads to not knowing what he needs in order to win. I hope you guys know what I mean. My biggest issue, I think, is estimation and bad yosei. Yosei is endgame. Um, it's when you're taking the game is starting to wrap up. Um, yeah, yeah. So if you're good at estimating who's winning, then you're also good at estimating like where the big points are. Like what do I need to start winning? So that's where a lot of five dance have a lack right now. So this game, even though our opponent, won the initial fight up here, later on we said this is big, we're gonna take this. That's big, we're gonna take that, and so on. My opponent was like played something that's smaller over and over again, and so after a 100-point game where each move we're taking a little more than my opponent, um, the whatever leads that black may have had with capturing the top is totally gone, totally gone. So at the end of the day, we have maybe 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We have maybe 95, and black has maybe 60. Maybe 65, and we have like maybe 95. So again, it comes from the drift. The efficiency drift is the biggest problem facing five dimes. Again, the two biggest problems: the efficiency drift, not being efficient enough, and secondly, not winning the fights. So this game was not a problem in terms of winning the fights as black. As you guys can see, only dead stones are white stones over here. The problem was the efficiency drift.
Start to play.
So is it positional judgment or something that we get better at over time? Definitely something you get better at over time. Or is there some way to really focus on it? The losing out on the reading part, um, losing because you lost stones when you should have captured stones. That part can't be. That part I cannot help with very quickly. But the other part, knowing what's big and what's not big, that part I can help a lot with, and that is um, the efficiency is all about doing more with less, doing more with your stones than less with your stones. Um, so, like for example, here with this one space, because black was relatively strong here, with that one space extension, it's gonna be not good. It's gonna be not good. Um, okay, so we have the same position as before. This time I think we're gonna fight the code with him. Yeah, so and so just remember that um, if you can surround 10 points with one move, you don't want to do it with two moves. And um, yeah, something like that. And of course, there's a lot more to it than what I just said. Okay. Um, yeah, so one big thing that people tend to struggle with is first you identify the big, very uh, strong positions, which is thickness, um, you know, anything, anything very strong, and people tend to say, "Oh, I have to surround. I can surround lots and lots of points with my thickness." And what we don't realize is that it's inefficient to surround a lot of territory with thickness. It is much more efficient to um, um, it's much more efficient to surround territory with some weak group. As a result, oh, here, interesting. Interesting. We played here. We should have Atari'd, but no biggie. So he can Atari here and capture our 5 stones. That's okay. So just remember, it's a big territory is nothing to be afraid of, but a efficient territory is very, very bad. So look for efficiency. Don't look for just what's big. That's what a lot of people generally have a problem with. All right. Yeah, so for example, these 2 stones is right next to a very strong black thickness, so don't even think about saving them. Again, this is where a lot of 5 dans tend to struggle. Same with this move, the use of thickness. So don't even think about saving this stone.好啊，好啊。We're gonna capture this one. This also captures these 2, of course. So this move was not a good move because precisely it was Gote, it is right next to a very strong black shape. This move. The next move, capturing 4 stones, normally that's a very, very big move, right? But right now, because this side is completely settled, capturing these 4 stones is not such an important move. So this is where a lot of 5dan level players struggle with. I've always found that tricky. There's a proverb, play away from thickness, but also if your opponent has lots of thickness and potential, it feels like you have to reduce it somehow. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the key difference there is how strong or how thick your opponent is. If it's thickness, you don't want to reduce there. You don't want to mess with it there. If it's not so strong, then you definitely want to take away that territory or that mojo, whatever it is, potential territory, for example. So here, because this was a very big potential territory for white, right? However, white is very, very strong here, very strong here, very strong here. So for sure, we are not going to be defending this territory at all. We're going to be taking what looks like it's a little bit less big, but it's actually bigger than this, for example. Yeah, so this is where Go players tend to struggle at. You know. Okay, This is not Sente. So this game is also wrapping up. It feels like we haven't done enough damage to black. Um, but, because of the efficiency drift, it's all gonna be okay. Black has maybe 40 something points, and we have 10, 20, 30, 40 points right here. So we're winning by less than last game, but we're still gonna be winning by a very comfortable margin for sure. And he notices this, so he goes for a little too much. And here's why we don't play near the thickness. It's because you often get killed. Alright, so this game is wrapping up. Don't want to use up too much time. It's just like, oh, this movie is big. Let's take this. So it is not very big to say for black to reduce all of this potential territory. And it's also not big for white to be surrounding here. Just remember one thing, surround territory with your weakest group. It's often much better than surrounding territory with your surrounding the most amount of territory you can. Oh yes, that's right. So two approaches. One, what you should be doing is you want to surround territory with your weakest group, not as opposed to surround the biggest amount of territory that you can. Which means this is a very quick way to get very good efficiency out of your stones. So normally we think we want to take the biggest moves on the board, or the biggest amount of territory we can find, but that's not true. You want to surround territory more often with the weakest part of your stones, rather than surround the most amount that you want to see. And that's because if you surround territory with your weakest stones, you are very efficient, because at the same time you're surrounding territory, you are fixing your weaknesses. So very often, what you look for the where you can surround the most amount of territory. That most of the time you're gonna find that you're gonna be able to surround the most amount of territory with your thickness, or the strongest part of your stones. And so here, so here is two similar approaches, and it should be almost the same thing, except in practice it very often leads you to play kind of like the opposite moves. So yeah, so that's a very good pointer. That's a very good quick pointer. So when you are taking away territory from your opponent, take away the territory where it's his weakest stones. So he's surrounding like 10 points with his weakest stones. Take away those territory, as opposed to a big moyo with strong pieces, and he's like, okay, you can take away 20 points there, and so don't go for the big, for the weaknesses, your own weaknesses and your opponent's weaknesses. Often that's a very good pointer, very good shortcut. So at 5 dan, basically we are still able to beat our opponents in both of these spots. We can not only outfight the opponent, we can also we often also beat them in the value category. So the last game and this game we see the same thing. This game we also lost more stones than captured. We lost more stones than we captured, but we're gonna probably win by a big margin, a very comfortable margin anyway. Any videos I can deepen the topic? Um, videos, well, the review videos we made for the um, for our YouTube channel do talk about this a lot, and you can see a lot of examples of this idea in action. Go where the weaknesses are, not where the biggest amount of territory is. You can see a lot of that in action, and we also frequently talk about this on stream, and yeah. Basically all of our content is gonna have something to do with this idea. By the way, I don't know if other teachers also say the same thing, but I'm sure they do. Any professional teachers would likely speak about this. So this game again, we have 80 something to 90 points, and black has about 60 something points. A little bit of a deja vu situation with last game. Yeah. Estimate score. White plus 42. So if we have 90 something and black has 60 something, then this would check out. Okay, yeah, enough said about that. You might want to update the YouTube link in your bio on Twitch, likely. Oh yeah, let's do that for sure. Let's do that for sure. Let's do this for sure. Where's my bio? Customize channel. Okay. In the meantime, we are also searching for a game.
Start to play.
Games would always. Goddamn.
Start to play.
Okay. Oh yeah. I see. Failed to save settings. That's interesting. Okay, this should be good. That should be good. Thank you, Uptown Puffs. So here's a case that we're gonna see the ideas in action. Black is taking a slow approach to making the big moyo here. So if and so here we surround territory with the weakest part of our stones. And so now the moyo, when we do go in there, make sure we invade the weakest part. This part, because this stone faces this direction, this part is a little bit stronger than this part. So we want to invade this moyo where the moyo is weakest. Make a slow moyo, then break everywhere. Yeah. When you guys see a slow moyo like what black does, make sure that you're not, um, you know, trying to destroy every single last piece of the moyo. You you almost always prefer to have your opponent surround the last chunk of moyo rather than destroy it all. Almost always. That is, if you're not invading. When you're invading, you generally want to look for a counterattack, as we did on the top here. But my opponent was very good in terms of he he played here, which strengthens the weakest part, which which is a good strategy, which is a good plan. So our opponent is doing pretty well. Interesting. Interesting. So here the best move is definitely here. We Oh, he placed it. All right. So very good job for black. We should have, of course, played something like a peep there. So we're losing a lot of the invading stones. All right, this game we are already in a lot of trouble. we have some bad feelings about this game, in other words. Mm. So our strategy here is we're gonna use this group as some thickness. We're gonna let him attack it, and we're gonna first try to take value here. We lost a lot um, on the top over there. Um, we're gonna let him attack this, and hopefully he's not gonna gain anything from attacking these. Okay, he's playing very safely. Again, we're taking the same approach. We're letting black attack the corner while we are taking a lot of value here. Don't worry, we're not gonna die here. Hmm. This guy is definitely quite a strong player, as you guys can see. He doesn't capture these. Have we detected a bad move yet? A clearly bad move? I don't think so. Oh, guys. This guy's doing very, very well. Oh yes, except for the weird opening, and maybe here, maybe this peep. This guy seems very, very solid. Oh god. This guy's very, very solid. Yes, yes. The opening scene may have seemed weird, but our invasion died, so So whatever weirdness it seemed was more than made up for. And also now we're dying over here. Oof. We were so happy getting an opportunity to play moves over here that maybe maybe we should have been more careful. Not gonna have enough liberties on the inside. Is this an opportunity? If he goes after these stones, that's something that's something that would definitely be good for us. Um, the process of winning this code may let us cut down on the liberties over here. So what is the number one issue on the list? On the list of our issues. Oh wait, he Atari'd here. Okay, it's optimism. All right, welcome everyone. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 70 some, 70 some points for the opponent. Okay, this. Okay. Yeah, he hasn't played any bad moves, which is very troubling. Very troubling. How do we win if our opponent doesn't play many bad moves? Hmm. Guys, our run to 9 dan may have to take a detour at 6 dan. Let's just make sure we do have to win 20 games. Yes, we do have to win 20 games in order to get to 7 dan straight away. If he doesn't play bad moves, he definitely isn't 5 dan. uh, well, we are losing, and we're losing badly. But maybe he's on the road to 9 dan as well. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Oh boy. Wow, if he has read this out too. Holy crap. Oh my. Oh, a detour to 6 dan it seems. Is this guy suspect? This guy is definitely suspect. Um, yeah, play some weird openings, right? I didn't see the chance. Yeah. We after we messed up the beginning over here, don't think we had any hopes of winning after that. And also, we didn't detect any bad moves from our opponent. The road to Naidan definitely definitely involves a detour now. Do we have time to waste? Alright. We can check by playing this guy again. Oh, he didn't want to play again. The road to Naidan is not a straight pass. Yeah, yeah. Well, that we kind of figured. Um, yeah, yeah. Man, that guy was the weird openings, getting a little bit behind, and then I don't think he played any bad moves, including the first response
Start
to
to
our
play.
initial the first response move to our initial invasion, right? Um, we fixed the weakest part of his defenses, and then ooh, yeah, yeah, I yeah, I didn't see any moves that we would have played better than him at for sure. Strong player, strong player, or he was using AI. Either way, doesn't matter too much for us. Ooh, don't worry, guys. This was somewhat expected. What this means, though, is that we're probably gonna end our today at 15 wins and some amount of losses, which means we're gonna promote to 610, and then the next session is where we're gonna keep ranking up. So well, we only have 5 wins today. We have only played 6 games in an hour and a half, which is not very fast. Which is not very fast at all. So not only did we delay our, not only are we slowed down in terms of getting to 9 dan by via the winning route. So we have to get from 5 to 6, maybe to 8, and then to 9. But also in terms of the speed of games wise, we're also pretty slow. So so yeah, slowed down, but we march on and we continue moving nevertheless. Um, this was somewhat expected, this kind of a hiccup. Um, we didn't expect to win all of our games straight tonight then. Where would the fun be in that, right? Anyway, this game is more of a regular 5 dan match. Opponent is playing like a regular 5 dan now, and we already have a somewhat comfortable lead. Maybe this is a shared account. He played too fast. He played so fast to be a machine. I'm sure he, near the end of that game, I'm sure he was just clicking around because at that time, it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter who is playing, um, and because all the AI moves are gonna be like 100, 100, 100, 100. Um, so I'm sure for the majority of that game, it was just the regular guy playing. Um, all right, here we're gonna strike out at this weak group. Um, yeah, the beginning was definitely the guy playing, and then the first fight and the first and second and third fight, um, I'm not sure if he had some help, but could have been a regular.
Work goes
Um,
smoothly. When you know
up to
sauna, you can coordinate tasks.
7 or 8 times could have also played at that level. So what we were talking about earlier was some of the struggles of players at 5 times. Some of the struggles. That guy definitely did not have the same struggles, which is exactly how you move on and keep ranking up, right? So, all right, no worries, guys. That was to be expected. I mean, um, even if it's the guy using AI, of course we expect to run into one or two of those on our journey to 9 Dan anyways. So in other words, it is all good. And let's continue. Ah, this game is very straightforward, so we're just gonna have more territory than the opponent. And he's gonna cut. Yeah, he went in too deep, and we're gonna cut us off, and then it's gonna be over. This game is as straightforward as our game was to my opponent on the last game. All right, all right, all right. All right, guys. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, he lived there, but is he gonna live here? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, GG, I guess. Yeah, GG. Okay. He wants to. I don't know what he wants to do. He's staring at a lost position. All right.
Start to play. Start to play.
Welcome back, guys. We made our first misclick of a new game, but that's okay. How do you improve reading? Do you have a routine? My reading is relatively weak for a player. My reading is relatively weak for a player of my caliber. So I'm not exactly sure how to improve reading the best way. Um, some of the people say some of the notable ways of improving reading is life and death problems. Um, the other thing is, if you can judge really well, you can also read better, and that's what I rely on primarily. Uh, my estimating skills. Like I think this, and I think, oh, that's good for me. Like this, I think, oh, that's good for me. That kind of idea. So that's how I read. And when it comes to the brawling type of fighting scenario, I rely on my memorization of life and death problem answers to help me. I look at a lot of answers to life and death problems, and I hope that I can recall those during the fight. I hope I can recall those during the fight. Mm, Yes. Yes. Most of my problems come from the life and death blunders as well. Our problems are not totally solved. He has the Satari and extend. Okay. But anyways, we have gotten out of the um, most problem part of this game. Worked through the misclick, and now we're winning, especially after capturing these. Now our problems are all solved, totally solved. Totally solved. Yeah, the Casper E said it. Casper E said it best. Um, getting a lot of playing, getting a lot of games in is the most helpful. I have certainly found that to be true. Playing lots and lots of games. Okay, so yeah, yeah, we did it. We're basically halfway um, through this part. We are 6-1. After this game, we'll be 7-1. We're gonna need 8 more wins. And again, these games are not as fast as I would have liked. Alright, this is his last attempt, for sure. For sure. Alright. Okay.
Start to play.
Oh, he quit. Ah,
Start to play.
that's a problem with being significantly stronger than the average player at your level. People don't like to play with you because they lose. This is turning into kill every single. I guess. I guess. I guess at this point, it doesn't matter if we lose another game or two. All we need is 15 and 5. So we could go for kill everything mode. So if we go into kill everything mode, what would happen is that what would happen? Maybe we'll have faster games. Maybe we'll have faster games. First thing, we try to capture the middle, and then we turn our attention to the bottom, and then we come back to capture the middle by that move. Sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? My mic cuts in and out, goes quiet and back to loud. That rhymes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It does do that sometimes. I'm using the computer PC mic. Unfortunately. We have no time to waste. All right, um, this part of the road to Naidan is what's often known as the grindy part. And it's a very dangerous part to be stuck on. Okay. Oh no. How do we finish the game as quickly as possible? How do we finish as quickly as possible? Anyway, so this game my opponent made some uh, errors on the fighting down here. The double Hane definitely created some problems for him. Here he's trying to capture this group. So if we live here, I'm sure he would give up, right? Alright, so we did live here. Right now it's just an exercise of trying to get to the rank up as quickly as possible. Okay. Yeah. So as we mentioned before, these 5 down opponents would suffer from both not being able to win the fight and also from the efficiency drift. And in this game, we saw both. Black was unable to win the fight down here and then lost the entire two groups. And on the left hand side, Black was unable to capture us. And in terms of the efficiency drift, Black was not able to surround as much territory overall as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna play this fancy move. Oh, oh my, oh my. But no big deal. Man, I didn't think that 2 hours into this stream, into the road to 9 dan, 5 dan edition, that we would be stuck in this, um, stuck at this feeling. Um, we'd rather not be here. We'd rather be 8-0 instead of 7-1. Um, right now, we're just fighting to get to 6-dan, which is, you know, which is not that fun. Much rather fight to get to 7-dan. But this does mean that after this game, we would be 7 wins away from the rank up. And after we rank up, so this session will only see us rank up 1 dan, going from 5 to 6. And so in the ideal case, we would have 2 more sessions, but probably even when we reach 8-dan, it's likely gonna take at least 2 sessions. Play like 8 games in one session, another 8 games the next, maybe 10 games. The chance disappeared after just 1 loss. Yes, to rank up 2 ranks from 5-dan to 7-dan, we have to win all 20 games, not just 18 out of 20. Ranking on a new account now is almost impossible now because you run into at least one bot player when they say 20 and 0 and US flag. It is true. Maybe it's more likely that someone would say, "Oh, I don't like US players," and then they say, they're like, yeah, that's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Yeah, hopefully we can get from 6-dan to 8-dan. But then again, we are prepared for the other case. We are prepared for the alternative. Yes, that does mean yes, but that means not skipping 8-dan. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so this guy is playing very well again. Alright. Again, so far, no mistakes that we can see. That's okay. I'm sure he'll start. I'm sure he will start soon. Okay. Yeah, that's right. No way we're skipping 8 to 10 now. I think we should have crawled more. One more crawly move.
Shopify helps you
And
sell
a
at every
Tanuki.
stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens.
Ah! Clever. We were prepared for the cut, and then we would have captured one, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. Again, so far he's not played any bad moves yet, which is a very troubling scenario. This troubles us. This greatly troubles us, but maybe he has made a mistake here, but we're not sure. Okay, so for sure he has made a mistake here. We've captured the outside 5 stones. So this was definitely one of the better 5 times we have played so far. Okay, we're gonna Tanuki here. He does extend. Do, 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 do. I don't know if this position is enough to force a resignation, though. Probably not. He's looking to surround a big territory here. Again, when you are stronger than your opponent, this is where a lot of times, oftentimes, 5 dan level players struggle with. When you're the stronger player, you prefer to um, mutually destroy, and when you're weaker, you prefer to mutually surround and keep whatever is yours. So for sure, right now we want to mutually destroy, for sure. So like here, we're not looking to connect, we're looking to cut and be cut. And so we never want to play any moves near this position and this position. We want white to play as many moves near this position and this position as possible. So that's one. So success for us. Another one, so another success for us. Well, there's the bright side to all of this. This way we can get to check out how sixtens play on Fox. All right, he resigned.
Start to play.
Same guy. Ah, didn't want any more part of us.
Start to play.
Oh well, that's right, that's right. Since this is still kind of weak, we connected here. A very, very what do you say this? A very, very ambitious player he is. He wants this movie Sente with an Atari. Everything looks good. I think we're gonna just connect. Oh, but these moves are very inefficient, and he's gonna start falling behind now. He's gonna start to fall behind now. Spending way too many moves up here, not threatening us. We're spending the moves down here, get his stuff. Right, we're gonna Tanuki again. Oh my god, he peeped there. We connected there. Ooh. We're solving all of our problems though. Um, so we're waiting for him to attack, and then so we're defending quite effectively. These games are educational on how to deal with inefficient moves that are clearly aiming just to create a target to attack. Yeah, you have to make sure your group is just strong enough, and then you can Tanuki and ignore. The the AI is super great at this. And when the opportunity comes, you go for the counter attack, which is right here. And then we win. And then the game is over. Yeah, whenever you're strong, or anyone is strong, just play away from there, and then it's all good. All right. All right. Alright, another win. Yeah, this one we set up a counter attack for him, and he fell right through. Hmm. I have to say these games are going much slower than expected, and so is our progress. It's GG already? That's a little too soon to tell. Now we have to capture something. This group this Winston seems to be a good place to start, but he defends. He preemptively defends. This means we're gonna have to go after this one, this group. The key is to create multiple issues for the opponent. And at the 5 down level, the moves or the threats of the threats tend to be very direct, and you know, being direct seems to be, or too direct seems to trouble most players at this level too. So the threat is too simple, or like like a one and a done deal sort of a thing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Another misclick, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we just defended here with this Sente. Oh, and extend. A fancy move. A fancy move for sure. Yeah, but then he places this one. Not a fancy move. There's a ladder here. We're this is only our 12th game and 12th game of the day. Almost 3 hours in. I guess the number of games is okay. It is okay. It's not a spectacular numbers, but it's fine numbers. We should have cut here. I think this is a sign we're playing worse and worse moves as the stream goes on. Now that part is to be expected. That's we knew what we signed up for when we do speed runs, right? Um, but are we gonna last? Well, let's think. So basically, we're unable to reach 7 dan. We have to get to 6 dan first. We are after this we would be 11 and 1, which would mean we have 4 games left to go. 4 games. It's like another hour. That's a little too much. So that's a little bit too much. So I think we're gonna save 4 games at 5 dan for next time. Um, so this would be the last game of this day, of this session. And next time we would finish off the 5 dan levels. We'll win 4 games and then go on to play many 6 dans. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna, unfortunately, that's gonna be how we do it. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna save some games for next time. So the ideal scenario then would be 5 sessions, like 2 to 3 hour sessions. 5 sessions. So this would be session 2. Session 3 would be halfway through the 6 dan level, and the fourth session would be all the way through 6 dan and part of either 7 dan or 8 dan. And the fifth, the number 5 session would be then hopefully the 8 dan to 9 dan games. Altogether, still looking at around 15 hours. Could, if everything goes well, we're probably 5 hours into probably 5 hours into it. Um, Oh, no, no, no. We're probably 6 hours into it, and then another 3 sessions would be 15 hours. 15 hours for a 9 dan account. All right. All right, guys. So we would be 12, no, 11 and 1. So in terms of progress, if we get 11 wins per session, that would definitely be good. But suppose we are, as the games get higher ranked, the games also get tougher. If that happens, say we drop that down to like 7 wins at 6 dan. If we could only get 7 wins a session, that would be two more. So at 8 dan it'll be 2 sessions, and then at 6 dan it'll be 2 sessions. So that would be 4 more sessions if the games get tougher from here, which they should. And in the ideal scenario, we would get to 9 dan in 3 sessions. In the next ideal scenario, we would get to it in 4 sessions. And then if we really struggle at 8 dan, then it could go on for a very long time. So, okay. I think this session will be ended right here. Join us likely tomorrow for another session. Um, we ended today at 11 and 1. Okay. Man, who knew that playing 5 dans would be so tiring? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Come back to watch the next one. See you guys next time. Okay.